Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today is Friday, June 20th of 2025. And I'm going to say I've already made a shopping haul video this morning. My daughter wrote one of her diploma exams. I picked her up. We went to the mall just for Starbucks. But while we're walking around the mall, it is the Bath & Body Works semi-annual sale. So I generally don't show what my daughter gets, but today was just, what did she get? I don't even know what she bought. She bought 2 candles. I'm just gonna, I don't want to wreck her receipt. I'm just gonna pull these out slowly because I don't want to break her candles. So she got this one. Actually, I really like the scent of this one, and it's a hummingbird tea cake. So it is notes of pineapple, cake batter, cinnamon spice, and toasted pecans. It smells like, a fresh baked, like a loaf. I know it says it is pineapple and cinnamon and pecans, but I don't really quite smell the pineapple, but it smells like a nice, like a coffee cake. I like the scent. She liked it, so she grabbed that one. And I mean, there's no point in us both buying it because I can always borrow it and bring it downstairs to my room. And I've got my candles that she'll take up to her room. So until she moves out, then I'd have to start buying anything that she has that I like. And then she got the second one, and it is a vanilla coconut. Definitely smells like coconuts. And so it's notes of sweet vanilla, coconut waves, and beech wood. And so the regular price of the candles are $27.95. Today they were on sale for $12.99. And so she bought 2 of them. So her total was $25.98 plus GST. So $27.28. Making her savings, discount savings was $29.92. So one candle is $27.95, and she got both candles for about that, $27.28, so just less than that with the GST. So the candles are about half price right now. I'm going to put her candles back in this bag. I loved this one. And then my bag, I got, like I said, it's the semi-annual sale. I get these out. My savings was amazing savings. I'm going to pull everything out, and I'm going to start with this candle that I got myself, if I can get it out of the cardboard. There we go. And it's part of the same collection. Mine's got the little, looks like ironwork fencing and bumblebees on it. And this is the backyard honeysuckle. It smells like a fresh bouquet of flowers. So it says it's notes of sweet honeysuckle, orange flower blossom, and neroli nectar. Just one second, my dog's got something. Yeah, sorry, my dog had a cat toy in her mouth. I just heard this weird crunching. I'm like, I don't know anything that she'd be eating that's going to be like, pretty big in her mouth crunching like that. Okay, sorry. So, like I said, this was the backyard honeysuckle. It was this notes of sweet honeysuckle, orange flower blossom, and neroli nectar. I think that's how you pronounce it. But it just smells like, a fresh garden. And then, again, the candle would have been, it was $12.99 instead of $27.95. It's actually less than half price because you're saving like $14.96, so a little bit more than half price. And then they have these other ones, and these were all on in their $5.99 bins. They're just, getting rid of extra things. So I went with this aromatherapy set. What's this? This is aromatherapy, and it's all the lavender vanilla. So this one is the Sleep. So it's the ultimate hydration body cream with shea butter and I can't even say it. Hyaluronic acid. I can say it if I don't look at it, or at least a little bit closer. This one, and then I got the lavender and vanilla, the body butter, and I got the lavender and vanilla shea sugar body scrub, and I even got this. So these are all the aromatherapy, and this is the lavender and vanilla essential oil mist with vitamin E and aloe. So I'll just do one at a time, however they're on here. Oops. There's my receipt. So let's see which one. I can figure out how much these are. Okay, we'll start with the vanilla, or the mist. So the regular price of this mist is $17.95. The next one, what is this? Okay, the body scrub was $21.95. I'm trying to figure out the other two, just looking at the codes. Is this 8 ounce? Yeah, this is the 8 ounce. That's the other way to look for it, is, you know, reading the containers. So this would have been $18.95. And then this last one, where is it? This one would have been $21.95. I said these four were all $4.99 each. So I spent $32.95 plus $1.65 GST. So I spent $34.60, but my savings was $75.80. So I'm going to say yes. So on the candle, you know, I saved $14.96. This one here, this the body butter, I saved $16.96. The body scrub, I saved $16.96. This 24-hour ultimate hydration cream, I saved $18.95. And my lavender mist, I saved $12.96. I mean, I have to say, like, that is, like, I don't shop there often. I love when they have the buy 3 get 3 free. Right now it's buy 3 get 1 free, which is still a really good deal, but I prefer the other way. But these are good too. When you can get these, clear them out for $5. I'm going to try to go back with my husband and see if he'll buy me a few hand creams, because there's a few. I love these hand creams. So I've got a few of my hand creams that I am out of. I'm just going to put my stuff back in here. And then we left the mall and we were heading home because there was like nothing else that we needed. And so heading home, we decided to stop at a secondhand store. And this, oh, 1 second, I left something on the table. Sorry, I'm trying to get this all set and I thought I had everything, and I'm looking and I'm like, I missed something. Okay, so I'll start with this. I don't know much about this author, so I can't tell you anything, but my daughter found this book for $3. I do know it is a series. Yeah, this is number 2 in the series. I know it's a good series. So it's one of those things. So $3, the Canadian price, so it says it's $7.99 US or $10.99 Canadian. So, you know, $3. I can't really say too much. Now I'm just going to say, I know how much my daughter can read, and I will say, to me, that looks like a children's book. The print is quite big. There's like a full, like a space and a half between each line. At least that's how I look at that. It is like spaced out. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. It's just how it's printed. But yeah, so I got my daughter this book. And then I was just going through, like I said, I always start with the purses and wallets and shoes, and I didn't really see anything that I was looking that. Then the next one I go through is the games and puzzles, and then the craft and art supplies. So my daughter was on one side looking at games. We found no games. I mean, there was 2 maybe, but the price was just not worth the price. You know, like $8 for a board game used is kind of, it wasn't really one we needed. But I went through the crafts section and I found a whole bunch of stuff labeled at $1 each. So I'm just going to start with my pile here. So this is a Secret Garden 20 postcards. So, I mean, I love the way these are done. So, you know, like it's got the picture and then you can see it is a real postcard. So it'll be a lot of drawing on here, you know, a lot of coloring. So these are all really pretty detailed, and I love that. Each one, I can't even flip through this book. It's one of these are postcards, so they're hard to flip through. But this is going to be fun to, like, you know, color in. And do something with, some type of crafting. So 20 postcards for $1. I found this bead embroidery kit for $1. I mean, it says it was from Dollarama for $3. So it is those tiny little beads. I did open it up and it has not been used. So there's the tray and that little tool. And where's all the beads? So all the beads are here. Nothing's been out of place, and it has the picture. This is going to be like a more detailed one than any of the other ones I've done. But that was the first thing I checked, was to make sure all of these pieces were in here. Because even at $1 is not worth it if you don't have all the extra pieces. So that's going to be a fun project to work on. And then this was $1. I have to open it up because I couldn't quite tell what it was. It says it's the folders. It says 3-prong 2-pack. I'm just seeing if I can just rip the tape somehow. Nope. They've got secured well with packing tape. So let's see. Fine. If I can't undo the packing tape, well then I can at least get these opened this way. So for $1, I got 4 of these. I know they just hold, like, you know, just their folders for holding papers. They're not the pronged ones, so they're just the basic folders. But I love these to try to keep myself organized. You know, you can put documents in here, and then people don't know, like, you know, what's exactly in the folder. They have to kind of open it up to search for things. So for $1 to get 4 of them, so I got 2 red and 2 blue, and I'm like, I'm really trying to get myself organized with all my papers and just everything. So I thought that would be, you know, a fun thing. And then there was this. It's called Iris Folding 2, and it says it's 24 perforated papers. So this was $1. I'm trying to see. So on the back it says it was $11.95 US, $14.95 Canadian. I'm not quite sure where this was made. Oh, it's printed in the UK. Okay, that's why it also says the UK. It's £6.99 pounds. So these are, you know, take out each page and it folds, and I don't know what it does. Just turns it into different crafts. But I kind of like some of the patterns, because some of the ones, they've got like, I don't know if it's Chinese or Japanese characters, or, you know, some type of Asian characters there. I hate to say which one, I don't know. I can't quite tell. But they look more Japanese to me, but, you know, I could be wrong. So what do you do with these? Okay, instructions. They kind of tell you just, you know, how to fold them. So these are basically just borders for things. Like, I think these would be perfect, you know, little strips for different scrapbooking or the junk journaling, I guess. So $1, and I don't know how many you get, but I just thought they were just so pretty. There's so many things you can do with those. And then I got this one. So this is cross stitching. So it's think everything I got was $1. So it says it's colorful borders, 24 clever cross stitch designs. $7.95 American or $9.95 Canadian. Again, I don't really know how old this is. Let's see. So the price could, worth a little bit more now, if depending on when these were made. But it is all the different. Here, I'll just do it this way. The back, the front and back page all have all the different borders that there are. So there's 24 of them, and it's just your cross stitching. And so I've got the first ones, you've got the hibiscus and the holly, and you've got candy, zoo animals, puppies and kittens, little purses, shoes, grapes, pumpkins, tile design, teapots, flip-flops, crosses. There's this one, leaves, and this one looks like bugs and butterflies, tulip baskets and buttons, coffee cups, and then whatever they want to call this, architectural, spring flowers and cherries. So I just thought it was so cute. I like these because you don't have to make like a big, big cross-stitching pattern. I like that I have this little book, and you can do so many things. Like it shows you if you're going to continue the pattern, how to space out the next, to go over here and then you finish with the borders, or you can just, use just the one piece strip. So you don't have to do everything. Then there's this. I love these. I mean, it's just a called My Word chipboard album. And this one will say family. I have another one and it says love. And I actually paid a couple dollars for that one, and I was working on it a couple years ago, but I'm gonna have to redo it. But I love these, because you can kind of make a really cool album with it, or just have it each letter set up and you just glue them all together and you get a really nice, like a 3D effect. So that's going to be fun to work on. And I got this stencil here for $1. They had another pack and they were all the exact same ones. So I got this one for $1. The other one was a pack of 3 identical stencils for $2. And I thought, well, that would be worth, $2 for 3 stencils. And I'm looking and saying, it's the exact same one. I'm trying to get rid of excess stuff. Why should I buy 3 identical stencils? I'll just get the single one for $1. And it's got the different lines, which that's the one thing I have trouble when I'm doing some of my stuff is writing in straight lines. Try to write without lines. However my hand goes, I'm going to start writing, down or up to the top. So I like the fact that they've got the different, because you want solid lines. It even has the little ones with the dotted lines. And you can space these out however you want to space them out on your project. And then it has the little oval cut shape and some other little borders, just to really help with, scrapbooking and stuff. And then there was this last one. I'm not sure how many pages you get in here. It just says it's family tree. So it looks like that. And then it has this to make your whole family tree. So I'm going to see how many pages do you get. And these are 12 by 12 because it's for scrapbooking. Let's see. Well, it's got all this stuff. So it has little stickers for things. And it says, mother, father, grandmother, grandmother, great-grandmother, great-grandmother, great-grandfather. grandfather, and then it also has some blank ones to help fill in the family tree. I think it's just to make one family tree though. So first page looks like this. The next page is just this, and then there is this kind of like a see-through type of a paper. I forget what this is called when it's that, I don't know, a little bit thinner than cardstock, but not quite plastic. I know it's got a name and I just can't remember. It's probably going to say on here. And then, and yes, of course, then it has this one here. So it kind of helps you, you know, do the whole family tree. And then it tells you, it's got the instructions. It tells you how to, you know, use each page, or how to, like, you know, how to fill it in. I'm just curious. I know it says what you get. I'm just gonna. Okay, it's called parchment style. Okay, that's kind of that clear. So parchment paper, kind of. That's what it says. Just wondering, is there a price on here? No. Okay. Well, still, I know it's only for one family tree, but I just thought it was kind of neat. I told my daughter was me. I said, well, I'm going to get this. I said, I'd like to make all my kids like a family tree kind of a thing. And do it my own way, but have this as a template to know what you include. So I have to say, I think that was a really good deal for $1. I'm going to put this all back in here before I lose anything. Actually, I'm going to put this in here. If I can get this open. I'm going to do this now before I lose anything. There we go. And even here it says it's a guidance and instructions adapted from Memory Makers. It's a helpful family history chart included. So I like that. I just thought, you know, for $1 to get all that, and it kind of tells you how to make the family chart. Then I said to find this and this, I can kind of, you know, do that. I know my kids would love to have a family tree made up from my side of the family. They already have stuff from their dad's side. So I think that is everything I got. So I was going to say, yes, so what did I get from the secondhand store? How much did I spend? So the book was $3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other items at $1 each. So it was $11, and then GST, so it was $11.55. And I said, you know, that'd be about the price of, you know, the book. We got, you know, all this other fun crafting stuff, or I got all this fun crafting stuff. My daughter got a book. I'm just making sure this is my receipt. Yes, this is my receipt. I'm just making sure I put her receipt back in her bag before I do anything else. Okay, so again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribes to my channels and watches my videos, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.